All right, we're off. We're leaving the Loma boat ramp and we're heading down the Colorado 3.1 miles to our first campsite at Rattlesnake. All right, sunset, our first night. We're at Rattlesnake. So we rafted about 3 miles today from the Loma boat ramp. Looking up into the campsite. All right, morning number one. We are at Rattlesnake campsite. Last night was actually really wet. We had numerous lightning storms blow through, but we all stayed dry. We've got about 12 river miles today from Rattlesnake down to Dog Island. There's a side canyon here. We may even hike up and see if we can find some arches. So it's 10:40 on day two. Melissa and I have hiked up to, it's called Hole in the Bridge Arch, which is up here behind me. It was about a 2.5 mile scramble up Rattlesnake Canyon, which is behind me here from the campsite. So we're approaching Salt Lick. We've been on the river for about an hour. We've gone 4.5 miles down from Rattlesnake Camp, and we are headed to Dog Island, where we're going to camp this evening. All right, so it's now about 5:30. Obviously it's raining. We got into camp just about 4 o'clock, and then this giant wall of rain came down the canyon. We got the tents set up quickly, so just hanging out in my tent, staying relatively dry. Got my book here, and then I've got the river guide out. We only have about 3 miles to go tomorrow, and then our final day from Knowles Canyon to the takeout, we have about 6 river miles. So just gonna kind of hang out here and wait for the storm to blow over. Morning number 2, camped at Dog Island last night. You can see the railroad tracks are just on the other side of the river, and then way across in that slot canyon, right after the storm went through last night, there was a pretty substantial mud waterfall. All right, day 3, we're at Knowles Canyon Camp. We only did about 3 river miles this morning, but we've got a beautiful spot on the river with a grove of cottonwoods. And we're going to be hiking up Knowles Canyon. So this is Knowles Canyon that we're hiking in now. We hiked about 2 miles up from our campsite down on the river, and you can see the extent of the flooding from last night. So the channel's about 20 feet wide, but then the bathtub ring from the flooding last night came up at least 4 or 5 vertical feet. Day 4, last morning of the trip. We're leaving Knowles Canyon. We're gonna head down to the Westwater boat ramp. It's about 6.5 miles on the river. River's still quite dirty. It's come up maybe 1,000 CFS. Westwater takeout. It's now about 11:15 on day 4. So we only did about 6 river miles this morning, but it's been absolutely beautiful. We've seen great blue herons, a few eagles. That's what we've seen for wildlife. It's been a great trip.